everybody, and welcome. It is me, your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend, Joe Seavey. And happy Wednesday, guys. And as always, Wednesday is our class that we call Picture This. It's when I give you a photograph, an image. It could be a drawing, it could be a comic, it could be anything, any visual photograph most of the time. And your job is to write a chorus based on the image that I give you. We've been doing this exercise for years, and I've been doing it professionally even longer than that. I'm telling you, this exercise comes in so handy, especially when you're not bursting with creativity. You know, when you write songs every day, or almost every day, like I do, you're not always coming out with, masterpieces. You have to really search sometimes for things. One of the other things I always say, you got to go out and live life in order to write about it, I remember one time I was talking to a friend of mine who's always in the studio, and I said to him, what are you going to write about, compressors and reverb units? Because you never go outside to, experience life. So what are you going to start writing about? Speakers, microphones? You know what I mean? Like you got to sometimes get out of the studio and go live life, gain some experiences of real life, and then come back and you'll have more things to write about. Well, that's true. But also, when I write every day with somebody or with people, groups, I think I actually write better when I'm with groups, when I'm with other people. And I think it's because both people have a lot of ideas and, and you throw them back and forth with the other person that you're interacting with. The 2 heads are better than 1. 3 heads are better than 2. 4 heads are better than 3. It's like, it's like that. And so, and like I say every week as well, there are no rules in this exercise as far as what the subject matter to you will be about. And what I mean by that is, I could show you a picture of a birthday cake, and it might remind you of your neighbor, your old neighbor from your old neighborhood had a birthday cake just like that when you guys were 9. So you want to write something about your best friend who had that birthday cake. It might not have anything to do with the picture could remind you of something else. It doesn't have to be about the subject. It's just a catalyst to get you started. There's nothing worse, like I say every week, there's nothing worse than 2 people staring at a blank piece of paper because you don't have any ideas about story, where your story is going to come from, what experience you're going to write about. I think writing melodies and music is much easier for me than sitting down and coming up with a logical story that words that tell a story and has, cool rhyming, it's so much easier for me to write music and a melody than it is to write words. I'm more of a rhythmic person. So when I hear a beat, I can think of a million things melody-wise and even phrase-wise. I don't know what I'm going to say. Sometimes I'll just say a bunch of gibberish to the beat because I like the beat and I like the cadence or whatever. And then I start working on melodies. Excuse me. Anyway, what I was saying is the only rule to this exercise is this. It's got to rhyme. It's a song, of course. That just goes without saying. It's a song. It's got to rhyme. It's got to tell a story, and it's got to make sense to whoever's listening to it, right? If the song was on the radio, you want everybody to get what your song's about, right? Now, some songs are so open to interpretation. you know. There's a lot of songs, like a million people think that this song's about this, and then you ask somebody else what they think this song is about, and you'll get a whole different answer. But for the most part, the story should rhyme. Of course, the song should rhyme. It should tell a story, and it should make sense to the listener, okay? But, again, this is your universe. You are the boss of this world that you're creating, okay? So, having said that, the only rules are, again, it's got to rhyme, tell a story, and make sense to the listener. That's really it, you know? And, again, talking about this exercise, I'm not always bristling with great ideas, so it's nice to see a picture forces you to automatically, from sprint one, that you have a topic based on a photograph. It's a starting point, and it's so much better than just, looking at blank paper for a while. I know the longer I look at blank paper, I get more and more nervous. I do. I really do. Well, anyway, so one of the things that I always do when I do these exercises is this, and I really want you guys to do this as well. Always take your pad and pen paper, okay? Get your pen, get your paper out, okay? And then whatever the picture has, I want you to write down all the details. There's a little boy wearing a baseball hat. Write it down. Say, little boy with a baseball hat. Man selling ice cream on the sidewalk. If there's a man selling ice cream on it, write it down. Write everything that you see in the picture in detail, okay? Then I want you to do this. I want you to stare at the picture, hit the pause on this video on YouTube. Then you can stare at the photograph all day if you want. That's how I do it. I'll stare at the picture until I kind of dissolve into a daydream. And I'll imagine stuff based on the picture. When I come back and pull back out of my daydream and I'm sitting back at my desk and I realize, well, I was gone for a while up here, I write down everything I saw in that visual. Everything. Okay? So don't worry about it rhyming in the beginning. Get the setting. Get the scene. The scene is up here. Get the scene first, okay? Then after the scene, and you write everything down, all the details in the picture. Because that detail, one of the details in that picture might end up being the name of your song. It might, you know what I mean? So anyway, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you the photograph that I picked tonight for this particular picture. So, without further ado, here is the photograph. Enjoy. Okay, so there's the picture. 3 people sitting on a couch. The girl with the hat has got her arm around the boy. But the guy has his arm all the way down, and the girl on the other side, they're holding hands. That is not cool, because obviously the girl with the hat is his girlfriend. But the girl he's holding hands with behind them could be her best friend. I don't know. In my mind, that's what was going on. You know, the girl with the longer hair and the hat and the guy are boyfriend and girlfriend. This girl with the blonde hair, I think, is her friend, or they're all friends, but they're having a secret, you know, fling or whatever. So in my mind, that's what I saw. Okay. So I'm going to read you the words that I wrote based on what I'm seeing right now, okay? So I made it like a, kind of like a betrayal song, you know, because it's about betrayal from what I see. So this is coming from the perspective, I guess, of the girl with the hat, you know, after he gets caught or whatever. This is the words I wrote. Ready? Stab me in the back, but I will never break. Betrayal is the fuel and your last mistake. Rise above the lies, even stronger than before. Begging me to stay, but I don't hear you anymore. I'll read it one more time just so you get the gist of the whole thing. Stab me in the back, but I will never break. Betrayal is the fuel and your last mistake. Rise above the lies, even stronger than before. Begging me to stay, but I don't hear you anymore. So, you know, fool me once, that's kind of like where I went with this thing, you know. But that's what I imagined. So I stared at that picture for a long time, and these are the words I came up with based on that photograph. Anyway, guys, I can't wait to see what you guys wrote to this. I'm really excited. You guys have been sending me so much good stuff. Gold. You guys are sending me gold, like, every week. So kudos to everybody. I'm really proud of everything that you're doing. I can't wait to see what you write for this. I really can't wait to see it. Anyway, guys, that is all we have for tonight. This is your songwriting partner, your co-producer, and as always, your friend, Joe Seavey. Have an awesome evening. I love you guys. Be safe, and I will see you next go-round. All right, guys. Peace.